Oh, hello, you insouciant long pigs in his eyes. Obviously, Warren coming at you for another Transformers transformation review thingy. Yes, this time we're taking a look at Generation 1 Ultra Magnus, as you can see with your eyes. Yes, here he is, look, in his G1 goodness. Actually, this is the 2002 Toys R Us reissue. I'll get onto that later, but yeah, you can see with the long missiles there. But yeah, he's a little dusty. He's been on a shelf for 20 odd years. Yeah, I can't believe that this reissue is now vintage. This reissue is old as the original was when this one was out, you know, which is boggles me fucking mind. Anyway, so yeah, he's Ultra Magnus, isn't it? And he can roll really nicely, actually. It's a really nice roll due to the nice rubber tyres. We'll get into that in a minute as well. Yeah, he's pretty fucking cool. So yeah, you can have him. Hang on a minute, that's a bit thingy. There we are. No, wait a minute. That's white. They're not straight. There we go. That's better. There we are. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, he's a car transporter, as you can see. All done in this nice, all-American boy kind of colours, red, white and blue. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got a nice big Autobot symbol there, one there on the cab as well. You got some nice... actually, do you know what? We'll take a look at the trailer first. Right, yeah, so this is supposed to leave out. I'll get onto that in a moment as well. So yeah, it's a nice little trailer. You've got some nice details going on. You've got these nice missiles. Yeah, so you can tell this is the reissue. They have the long missiles because these are supposed to sit flush against the launcher. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, you got some nice details going on in here. You got some nice panel working and like conduit lines going through there. And like, I don't know, fuse box maybe, something like that. Some details there, stickers. I think it's some more moulded stuff there. You got some vents, and you got all these sort of tech details, rear lights. Now, on the original version of this, there was two versions, which I'll get to in a sec. There's a number of things to notice on the because there was the normal version and a slightly cheaper version. The slightly cheaper version didn't have these rear lights because I had it. Also, the wheels weren't rubber; they were just plastic. The cab didn't have any windows, and the Optimus Prime face was all white. And again, the wheels were all plastic. Unfortunately, I don't have an original one anymore. It's vanished into the ether. And the other difference is this is the head, and then this is the cheaper version head. As you can see, this is just completely unpainted. I just thought I'd show you it off, you know, because the painted one obviously looks a lot nicer. But the unpainted one just looks a bit odd. I'll show them off in robot mode anyway. But yeah, so that's the thing. So that's the difference. That's the things to look for if you've got. I mean, they're both the same essentially. There's minor details. Why they didn't mould these in, I don't know. It's a weird one that. Yeah, and you got the detail. It repeats itself on the other side, but it's still pretty cool. And that Autobot symbol is slightly cockeyed. Yes. Anyway, so we'll just put him back into vehicle mode. There we go. So yeah, he's a car transporter, and the playability on this is you can pull these doors down, and have I got any cars here? Yes, I do. I've just got Boulder Crash here, not Boulder Crash, Nucleus, and the idea is that you can drive him up there. He's not going to fit, is he? Who have I got on here that I can... Alright, he's not an Autobot, but he should fit. So the idea is you can drive him in there, and he can park up there. Same with another car. I mean, these are slightly bigger than thingy, but the idea is you could put a couple of cars in there and shut the gates. Also, you just disconnect the top one as well, like so, and you move these little flaps out like that. Rotate this down. Actually, you need to take the car out of there first. So take the car out of there. Pull these down like that. A lot of promotional shots from back in the day had the trailer displayed like that, which is weird. I always loved catalogues. You know, the Argos catalogue for the UK. I think it's Sears in the US, I think. Yeah, so the idea is you could put it like that, and then you could drive your car up like so. And then you, well, it's a lot easier just to do it like this. And yeah, the idea is that you can transport your cars around, which is pretty cool. I mean, yes, these are Decepticons, and yes, these are Legacy, but they're the ones I had to hand. So, clip them back up like that, and then let's take them to robot mode. Now, we'll just move out over there for the moment, and then we get the cab. And even though in the cartoon comics, apart from the Dreamwave comics, this bit never actually transformed into a separate robot. And it's just like Optimus Prime, so I'm not really going to go into it. And yes, I put the C21 on there. Yes, I did, back in the day. And I open these up like that. And then you get his head, and then you get his little fists. And then you put them on like so. Like so. And you give him his gun. And he can gun. Well, when he holds his fists on. And he can gun. It's very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah, like I said, you could also tell, right? This boggles my mind, right? I don't understand. The reissue, same with Optimus Prime they did, and the Power Master Prime, they reduced the smokestacks, right? And then the 2019 re-release of Optimus Prime and the 40th anniversary restored the smokestacks, right? As far as I'm aware, they said that they reduced them so kids can't poke themselves in the eye. Okay? But you're telling me you can't poke yourself in the eye with one of these. Okay then. You know, I mean, most people who were buying these back in the day were collectors anyway. So, you know, little kids, probably not a lot of little kids were playing with these. Because I think when these came out, Armada was in... It might have been transitioning to Energon about then. I'm not sure. I can't remember. A long time ago. Anyway. Yeah, and he's pretty good. And he's just your standard Optimus Prime. Like I say, he's got G1 articulation. He can rotate his arms 360 degrees at the top of the shoulder. In and out, but that's more for transformation. He can bend his elbow. He can rotate the bicep. The elbow, sorry. Rotate at the wrist because they could just come off like that. And his legs can bend at the knee, and that's it. Because it's your standard G1 cab, innit? And his face there. Like I said, the original, the one I had, didn't have any painted face, just all white. And then it was lacking windows as well. But yeah, it was the closest thing I had to an Optimus Prime back in the day, I must admit. I didn't get an Optimus Prime till, I was in my 20s. No, that's a lie. No, I did get an Optimus Prime originally. It was, my mum found it in a charity shop. And it was more or less complete. He was just missing his gun and roller, but he had the trailer in his fists. So, you know, I still have it somewhere, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, a little brief history lesson there. Yeah, and there he is. He's pretty cool. It looks actually not bad. I might consider getting another cab. At least then I can use his fists, because I mean they're just put in a parts bin at the minute. But I do have a set of 2 guns, so I can give him his other gun. This is one from when I was a kid, and yes, I drew on it because I was a kid and I was an idiot. But it brings out some of the detail, which we'll have a look at the detail now. Yeah, you get some like this real nice barrel going on, and then you got all these details there. You know, I mean, when you're in Ultra Magnus mode, you flip it over, and that's his Ultra Magnus gun. Oh, dropped it. That's the Ultra Magnus gun. It's very nice. I like it. Big old blaster, innit? Yeah, got some nice detail on the back there as well. It's just the original guns were really nice, and this one especially. Like I say, the fact that you can flip it over and use it a different way, which is very cool. So, onto the trailer. I'll transform the trailer. We'll just stand you there. We'll come to the trailer. So, what do we do? Basically, disconnect these guns. Parts forming? Oh no, not parts forming. And it's shell forming as well. So, what do we do? Is you lift these up slightly like that. Then you get these little flaps, and then you push them inwards like so. Then you get these 2 sections here, and then you rotate. Oh, look at them, listen to that click. Oh, that's a ratchet joint, all right. And then you click into there. I'll do it this side so you can see. You've got a little post there, a little catch, which should catch in this little hole up here. Oh, I didn't realise there's some detail on the inside there as well. Like a screen there. It's pretty cool, actually. Looks like a walk core there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Never noticed that before. Well, you learn something new every day, don't you? Oh, so you've got this extra wheel there. So then rotate that around like that, and then that just fits into there, thus. And then he's in this sort of position. So then what you do is you get the arms, separate them, like so, and then you rotate them. When you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And then you rotate these arms around like that, and then here you've got this big chunky connector which connects in these little slots there with a nice satisfying click. Oh yeah. Same for this side. There we are. Not quite as a good click. You take this little white piece and you take it off. You actually get two of these. It becomes his waist. We'll do that in a moment. So then what you do is you get his arms and then you slide this bit up like that and then this bit up like that. Oh, listen to those sounds. You don't get them nowadays, do you? Rotate that in. Rotate that in. Then you rotate... Well, you have to bend his arm like that to get it over this bit here. Same for this side. There we go. I like to just... That's how you're supposed to have it, but I like to just move these down ever so slightly. It just gives him a better look. Except that one's stuck somehow. There we go. Just gives him a little bit of white in the elbows there. So, then... We're nearly done. Then we get the waist piece, which is like I say, just that, and it fits in these two little parts there, like that, which gives him an extra bit of detail. Now this, in the Diaclone, is a little like fighter jet because you can see there's clearly a seat inside there. For you put your little Diaclone driver in there, and he could fly it around because I believe this was the last Diaclone figure released as a Transformer. But also, something that's really curious about this, you've got these slots here. You've got one there, and you've got one there on the side there, which these ones fit into the chest cavity. I'll do that in a moment. But these ones don't fit anywhere. It looks like something can fit on top of it, like I don't know. Because one thing you can do is actually, you can get the head, and it fits on there. So when it's in vehicle mode, I tend to put it like that, and leave it in its chest. But you can do that. It just adds the, well, you can see how dusty it is. Yeah, it just adds the, well, it's something you can store it away in vehicle mode, which is quite nice. So yeah, also this the original Diaclone comes with a little buggy figure as well, which the Ultra Magnus didn't do, which I'd like to get my hands on. It would be nice. Anyway, so then you click the shoulder, the chest plate in there like that. Then we get the fists. Got nice fists, big thumb, big old thumb. Got some nice fists going on there for Galvatron punching. They just fit on there like that. And then they just fit on there like that. So you come to the back here, and you get the cab, and you take the fists off. I'm just going to put them Optimus Prime style in his chest for safekeeping. So lift that up, pull that down. Oh, a big dust bunny inside, lovely. Bear with me 1 second, boys and girls. And there we go. Clear out the dust. So we just put them in there like so. There we go. And close that up. And then basically half transforming back to his vehicle mode. So you just pull him out like that. And like that. And then you just pull down his toes like so. Then what you do is, oh no, you leave his head out. I do apologise. You leave his head out, because that's going to become important. So, there he is. And then what you do is, where his fists go and his headlights, there are little prongs, little posts sticking out up here, look. There you go, on the thumb. Right there. And then you just... And also, you guide the axle of his wheels there. Focus, thank you. They will fit in these little runners. So if you can get that lined up, it should fit in quite nicely. So you get them lined up. You get everything lined up, and then he fits on there nicely. Except you just, there we go. So then he's all filled out at the back. I mean, Optimus Prime will fit in there, and I'm running out of space. Bear with us. There we go. So now we get a head, which is here. Oh, there I dropped it. His head that just fits on over there, like that, helmet. And there is Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. And I forgot the missile launchers. Oh, and you put them up like so. And like so. And there is Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. And he looks fucking cool, doesn't he? He really does look good. Yes, it is a G1 brick. You can't really do much with it in this mode. I mean, he rolls rather than walks, which is quite funny to see. But you can do that. And he gets his gun. And he can fit it in his hand thus. I mean, like I said, I've got 2 guns, so I'll give him 2 guns. I mean, he looks really cool dual wielding, actually. So, yeah, he looks really good. I do like Ultra Magnus, always did. I remember getting him for Christmas '86, and I fucking loved it. And it was, parts of it went missing, because there's a lot of things to lose on this guy. There's the little robot's fist, there's the chest plate, well, you get 2 of these, but I mean, these can get lost. The fists, the guns, the rocket launchers, the rockets, the helmet. I mean, like I said, let's look at my original helmet from back in the day. I mean, this is what it would look like. The cheaper version would look like. Like that. Yeah, it still looks okay, but I prefer the coloured in one. Just adds a little extra element to it, doesn't it? Yeah, so in terms of articulation, you can rotate his arms, and they're on these really lovely ratchet joints. Oh, listen at that. And they're so strong, it just shakes them loose. His arms can rotate at the elbow. They can bend at the elbow. And you can rotate at the fist as well, if you want. So you can do John Woo style. But that's it. Nothing at the waist, nothing at the legs, nothing at the head, nothing else. But very good transformer, in my opinion. If you like a G1 and you want this guy, you should get him. I think you can get him fairly cheap these days, or reasonably cheap. Like I say, you can probably get an original one for about the same money as a reissue, so it really doesn't matter which one you get. I'd opt in with the reissue, only because it's just feels a lot nicer. So here he is. I don't usually do comparisons, but here he is with the Galvatron reissue from about the same year, I think. I don't know, it's 2005. They do look really good together, I must admit. Because these were billed as the new leaders, Ultra Magnus and Galvatron, you know. And then he couldn't deal with it, so they brought in Rodimus Prime, you know. So, you know. But they do you know what, though? They do look really good together. Just, I get why Galvatron and Ultra Magnus was supposed to be the new Autobot and Decepticon leaders, respectively. But why would you then get rid of him to get rid of Rodimus Prime when he stands this tall against Galvatron? But then, obviously, they brought in Power Master Prime, which would go with him, which is fair enough. But yeah, anyway. So that's me just rambling on about things and stuff and things. So yeah. So, if you can deal with it right now, check out my Patreon. I've got some cool rewards over there. Please like, share, and subscribe. Check that notification bell to start getting videos out, which should be every Thursday and Saturday. And I'm going to start doing a live stream at least once a month. I'm going to try and do it at least once a month. So stay tuned for those. And for those of you who are not subscribed, hit subscribe, helps out the channel, shows YouTube that you like my content, and I will catch you all very soon. Bye for now. Oh yeah, I forgot, a little amendment. These missiles do fire. So you press the button and... You can tell I need a new hoodie, fuck's that. Press the button and... Woo! Boom. Yes, they fire missiles. Unleashing the power, tearing through the night. Transformers in my hands, ready for the fight. With every single figure, I gear up to transform. Soundwave SG1, bringing thunder in the storm. Watch me review, watch this channel ignite. Fusing metal and vision, let's take flight. Transform and roll out, hear our metal sound. Unboxing the legends where adventure is found. Soundwave SG1, we're on a mission so great.